Many of us are posting our photos and videos on social media, and I thought perhaps as our first video I would provide some simple tips for you to improve your work. One of the first things and most important thing is get closer. That's a great form, but if you were to go closer, that would be even better. Most of us, when photoing and videoing, are using an external light. Personal experience has shown me it is far better to turn all of our lights on before we get in the water. I don't want to tell you about the mola I saw as I jumped off the end of a boat and then spent 5 minutes getting my camera configured, so I never did get a picture. You'll notice as far as the compact camera is concerned, we have in fact a button that we have to push that will give us permanent flash on every shot. Your camera may differ, but in the end you still want your photograph to be illuminated by that external flash. In a coral reef or anywhere where there's all kinds of material in the water, you want to be looking up when you take your picture. Fish are colored to blend with their normal environment. If you shoot them in their environment, you're going to have them cluttering, not showing. So what we do is we look up and focus up as often as we can when taking pictures. When setting up a shot underwater, the first thing you want to do is find the eyes of the marine animal that you're shooting. By focusing on the eyes, that's where most people direct their initial view. And by focusing on the eyes, them being sharp, for many people, the perception is the rest of the photograph is sharp. So make sure you focus on eyes. As an underwater photographer, there's some main key things you must remember as a diver. One of them is peak performance buoyancy. You should be able to hover off the bottom without creating any silting, without causing any damage to the coral or disturbing your subject. Not only should your buoyancy be good, but your fin placement and fin kicks should be good. Proper finning, including frog kick to reduce sediment pulled up from the bottom, helicopter turns by using your fins, or moving in and out with fin action are all key and critical elements in getting the best shot. Many of today's cameras are very, very complex and very capable of doing wonderful shooting, but that shooting only occurs when you know how to use the camera. Take your camera out on hikes and walks. Practice while you're on land so you know how all those buttons work, what they do, and how they can impact the quality of your photograph. Using backscatter is a key part of getting a good, clear, clean picture. One of the things you can do, as you see from this photograph, is place your strobe away from your camera lens, angled slightly away so the subject is illuminated, but particles in the water are not reflecting light back into the lens itself. When it comes to this type of camera, the compact camera, there is a diffuser built into the camera that allows you to, in close pictures, get appropriate light without creating direct lighting of particles in the water. The price of memory going down so low, using your highest resolution makes the most sense. You should have your camera set, whether it's compact or DSLR, set up in such a way that the highest quality of picture is being developed. The other thing you should keep in mind is many cameras shoot JPEG and some of the better cameras shoot RAW. By using RAW pictures, you have much more data to work with when it comes to post-processing. When you set your camera up, make sure you set it for auto white balance, or in the case of some of the better quality compact cameras, set it so it used the underwater mode. In both those instances, what you've done is partially compensate for the color loss at depth. Further, when setting up your camera, Set it up so that you're using either manual or aperture priority. Both of those instances allow you to adjust the aperture such that you have a bigger number, resulting in a greater depth of field and more of your subject in focus. If you're using natural light to take photographs underwater, it's critical to understand there is color loss in the water column. As you'll see from the chart, the first color to be lost is red. Usually we recommend no deeper than 20 feet unless you've got an external light source. Getting your camera to focus is a key part of underwater photography. One of the things you want to do is allow it to speed up its focusing characteristic. This DSLR I have right here has as many as 9 different points of focus. But what I've done is set it up so that it only has a single center focus button. And that means I can quickly focus and quickly get my shot before the fish moves. You'll see there's a back button on this one. The back button allows me to hit focus only before I actually take the picture. Shutter speeds underwater have to be set appropriate for this subject. If you're looking at a moving fish, if you're looking at a manta ray, or any type of school of fish, the slowest you can go is 1/125th of a second. Anything slower than that may result in out of focus, fuzzy photography. If you're moving standing items, crabs, shrimp, maybe some anemones or nudibranchs, there you can go potentially as slow as 1/60th of a second. But be aware that the subject you're shooting, as marine life, will move. Should be post-processing. With video, you should be able to edit, merge, and cause the video to look much cleaner. With post-processing on photographs, you can additionally do exposure adjustment, contrast adjustment, you can play with color, and you can end up with a cropped picture that gives you a much better composition. When you look at all the points we've just discussed, you'll note that everything is intended to improve both photos and videos that you create. Take the time to learn how your system works and how to give us the best picture possible from that wonderful dive or vacation you've just completed.